Hey everybody, it's Mr. Cinema Junkie here, and this is take 2. Stupid me, I forgot to put the memory card in the video camera. Outside right now, early morning, it's very cool out here. Feels good. Sun's up, so I got a bunch of people out here walking around early morning, looking at me like I'm insane. I get that a lot. It's okay. I want to welcome everybody to day 5 of the Movie a Day Challenge. And today, the challenge is to name our favorite remake, which is a very, very cool subject in some circles. But I thought that would be an easy one, but I really had to think about it and say, okay, just because I really like a remake doesn't make it my favorite remake. And there are some remakes that some people didn't even realize were remakes. Like The Thing was a remake of The Thing from Outer Space. You know, and The Thing is just a totally over the top movie, and it's a very cool movie. It's almost not even fair. So for me, a good remake has to do certain things. First of all, it has to respect the original. It has to add a little something, maybe take a little something away, mix it up ever so slightly just to give it a new feel to it, and make it enjoyable. But overall, it must respect the original. Now, let's see. The reshooting of, and I call it reshooting because they really didn't remake it, but the reshooting of the movie Psycho. That was like a frame for frame reshoot of the original. Didn't do it. Just keep the original if that's what you're gonna do. Then there's movies like Day of the Dead. Now, the original got panned by a lot of people. A lot of people didn't think it was that great of a movie. I personally liked it. And then I saw the Day of the Dead remake, and I'm like, what the hell were they thinking? What were they thinking? Try to explain things that didn't need explaining, like why Bub, or in this case, in Day of the Dead, it was Bud, didn't try to eat people. Well, because he was a vegetarian before he died. So stupid, man. So, with all that in mind, I'd have to say that my favorite remake, the one that paid homage to the original, stayed entertaining throughout, and pretty much turned in a solid performance through and through, was Night of the Living Dead from 1990, directed by Tom Savini. You had all the same characters in there. But there was a little bit, you know, they mixed it up a little bit. Barbara wasn't catatonic the whole movie. She actually kicked in and kicked ass, and that was pretty cool. She was a strong female role. The roles of, well, Ben, he actually gets turned into a zombie this time. But it served a higher purpose because then you get to see the asshole get killed at the end, the one that basically should have been killed in the first place. So that was kind of cool. And then they even corrected like a little minor mistake. A lot of people probably just overlooked it and didn't think nothing of it. But as I got older, I started to realize there was like this one little thing that I didn't set well with me. And that was when the daughter comes back to life and grabs the and let us continue. Sorry, I had a little interruption there. My brother just walked out of the house. So as I was saying, the daughter came back to life, and she grabbed the trowel or the spade or whatever it was and stabbed her mother to death. The zombies at that time, you know, in that movie, they weren't stabbing or shooting anybody. They were eating people. So in the remake, they kind of fixed that by having the daughter go after the mom and biting her, and then they show blood spray across that little tool that he originally had stabbed her with. So I thought that was kind of a neat way to present it. You know, like here's the tool she stabbed her with in the original, but no, this time we're not going to let her do that. We're going to make her eat her like the other zombies do, like the good zombies do. Of course, later on, the Romero movies started showing zombies using machine guns and chopping through boards with meat cleavers, and they kind of lost their edge later on. You know, as much as I like Romero's movies, that was probably my biggest complaint about like Land of the Dead was they kind of started changing. They started using guns and stuff like that. But I'm not going to get off on that tangent right now. Just that's my favorite. That has to be my all-time favorite remake because they did the original justice and they didn't stomp all over it and make you forget that the original existed. So that's my selection. Night of the Living Dead, 1990, directed by Tom Savini. Thanks, guys, and I'm looking forward to doing day 6.